We'll start with the release portion of the protocol. So we have our trusty rolling pin here. We're going to start by rolling out the back of our lower leg. So I'm putting pressure into my calf as I roll the length of my limb. Rolling pins are great for SMR. They really glide nicely. From there we can move up to the front now, so just outside of your shin bone. Roll the muscles in there. Once you feel some change throughout that leg, we'll grab our lacrosse ball and we're gonna tack and spin to release some of that skin around the ankle joint. Work your way all the way around your ankle. You can spend about 2 minutes on each leg. Okay, step 2 is the immobilize portion. So I'm in a half kneeling stance. We're gonna do some closed chain ankle cars on that front leg. So I'm gonna start by gripping the ground with my toes, trying to feel my big toe pad, my pinky toe pad, and my heel contacting the ground throughout the entire movement. And now I'm just gonna gently guide my knee in a circle so that my ankle is getting that full range of motion. Again, I'm maintaining full contact with my foot here. I'm not allowing my heel to come off the ground when I drive my knee forward. My foot stays flat. We're gonna drive 5 circles in one direction, and then we're gonna go 5 in the other direction. Okay, the next step is to discover our end range of motion in ankle dorsiflexion. So I like the combat stance base position for this. So we almost start in like a half kneeling type position. Then I'm gonna move my back knee forward and drive my knee forward over my toes using my body weight to get to that end range position. My heel's staying down on the ground here, so I'm not allowing my heel to come up. Using my body weight to find that end range. People will usually feel a stretch through the back of their calf here, or in my case, with my poor ankle dorsiflexion, I feel a block in the front of my ankle here. We're gonna spend 2 minutes here. If combat base is very uncomfortable for you, or your back foot can't make that position, you can open it up into a more half kneeling position and use your body weight to get over that ankle here. Now we want to develop some strength and gain some range of motion from that passive stretch. So I'm in my combat pose. I'm the PAILS contraction here. I'm trying to gas pedal my foot down into the ground. So I'll use my body to block my knee. I'm trying to gas pedal my foot down into the ground for 10 seconds. When I release that tension, I'll try to do the opposite for the rails contraction. I'm actively trying to pull my toes up towards my knee. At the same time, I'm driving my knee forward, so I'm getting a little bit more ankle dorsiflexion every time. So we'll bounce back and forth between the PAILS and the rails, 10 seconds each. Now we want to express that newfound range of motion that the PAILS and rails created. So I've set up a step here with some textbooks. If you're not a nerd like me and you don't have any textbooks hanging around, a stair will do. I'm going to come up on one leg with the ball of my foot on the edge of your step or books. Okay, use the wall for some support. Now we're going to actively try to pull ourselves down to the bottom of that calf raise. So you can see my heel is below the ball of my foot. Then I'm pushing into the text to come up onto my tippy toes, making sure that I'm driving with my big toe. Controlling down, thinking rails muscles to get deeper in the calf raise, pressing to come all the way up. 10%. Finally, we want our nervous system and our brain to learn that new range of motion that we created through our protocol here. So we're going to do some seated ankle cars. You can do this seated in a chair if this position on the ground is not that comfortable for you. We want to make sure we lock our knee in place here. So I'm almost like wrapping one hand underneath my knee, locking into my arm here, capping my knee there as well to make sure my knee's not moving. Then I'm actively drawing a circle with my toes to work on my ankle car. Draw the biggest circle you can with your toes, thinking gas pedal, point your toes, circle up, pull your toes up to your knee on the way back up. 5 in each direction.